First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and double honors unto the apostles and elders at GreatMillStone, and honors to you brothers out there on the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And I just want to address this this thing that's occurring. You have so-called white people, Edomites, peon Edomites, that in 2017 are supposedly against their heads, the wicked elite of Esau, and they're trying to use the elites, also known as the Illuminati, their heads as a scapegoat, as a means of justifying themselves, like as if they speak against their elites, that makes them righteous, that exonerates them of all the evils that they've been committing on the earth from the moment their spirit has been on the earth in the multiple lifetimes they've been here. All right, through Rome, through Greece, through all these generations, manifold wickedness this people has committed. And here it is in 2017, they're going like, say, like Illuminati or something, and that exonerates them and wipes them clean of all their sins, so to speak. Well, that's not the case, all right? All you Edomites are wicked, beginning with your elites, and all you Edomites are going into slavery and punishment, beginning with your elites, and all you Edomites are going to be exterminated in due time, beginning with your elites, right? The whole body, the whole host of Esau, pursuant to Obadiah the 18th verse, is going to be exterminated, the whole seed. All right, and just like with any seed, there's a hierarchy. You have your heads, but you're all devils. You're a race of devils, man. All right, and a lot of you devils, you only got a problem with the elites because now you're pissed you ain't getting a proper piece of the pie. That's not my fault. You need to take it up with the Rothschilds. All right, just because they're not sharing fairly, that's because you're a race of devils. All right, all of a sudden you want to occupy Wall Street. Max Kaiser, he was on the Alex Jones show one time, and he said the funny thing is, all these things that you Edomites are complaining about now, the so-called black man's been complaining about for the last 80 years, but none of y'all give a fuck. Now all of a sudden that your socio-economic position is in peril, and your so-called freedoms and liberties are in peril, now you want to be against your elites. Damn devils. Anyway, this is Wisdom of Solomon 18:10. Now the scripture says, the things written aforetime were written for our learning. Now this scripture is speaking about what happened in Egypt, which you should know. In Egypt, the Egyptians had the Israelites, our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians today, and our descendants scattered for the four corners of the earth in bondage. Now, the scriptures call America spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Now, when you check it out, in Egypt wasn't no democracy, okay? Egypt, you had the Pharaoh who had absolute power. He was actually declared to be a god. And his priesthood, they held the power and they called the shots. All right, but let's see if that exonerated the peon Egyptians. All right, it says, but on the other side, meaning pertaining to the Egyptians, there sounded an ill-according cry of the enemies, and a lamentable noise was carried abroad for children that were bewailed. Now let's find out if when the judgment of the Lord pertaining to the firstborn of Egypt was brought forth, let's see if it only came on the 1% or the elite of Egypt. All right, like you devils are trying to pull. The master and the servant were punished after one manner, because you had, even in ancient Egypt, you had Egyptians that were servants to other Egyptians. Just like you A lot of you, majority you Edomites, you're just servants to your elites. The elites put your ass in slavery. All right, so, okay. And like as the king, all right, which the king represents what your priest class, your upper classes, all right. So suffered the common person. So from the king down to the common person suffered the same punishment. So they all together had innumerable dead with one kind of death, neither were the living sufficient to bury them, for in one moment the noblest offspring of them was destroyed. All right. So that destroys that whole argument of, oh, it's just the elite. Nah, man. All you Edomites are devils. Now, I'll say this. Not everyone that looks like an Edomite is an Edomite. And the bottom line concerning that is that if you are an Israelite, because you got heathens, other forms of heathen that look like Edomites, we're not concerned with them. If you are an Israelite that looks like an Edomite, the judgment which is for Esau regarding slavery and extermination will not apply to you. Now, to get more specific, if you are an Israelite that looks like an Edomite and you do not receive this gospel, you are going to be put to death, and then you are going to come back as one of the seed of the elect. Okay. If you receive this gospel, regardless of what you look like, being an Israelite, you be sanctified by this truth, sanctified in the spirit in the midst of the heathen, then you're going to be saved. You're going to be you're a part of the elect. You're going to partake in the marriage of the Lamb, and it's that simple, regardless of what you look like. But for you Edomites, you peons, that are trying to use your adversity towards your own elites as some form of justification, man. Read them and weep. Shalom.